Alrighty. Well, we are indeed live now. So, me posting announcements, dev stream. Uh, okay, that's posted, and I shall be not right back, but um, keep forgetting I need to do this for you guys. But 3D viewport 0 rest. Yeah, you guys can see what I mean. I am indeed alive. Yes. I will also be right back in like, I don't know, 30 seconds. Give me a second. And I'm back just like that. Crazy. I know. Um, let me quickly do a post. All right. I didn't work last night. Wednesdays and Friday nights are my nights off. So, I went out with some friends last night, and it was very interesting. I got hit on, and I gave her a fake number, um, because I don't want her. So, yeah. What do you mean? What? Well, uh, yeah, I don't get hit on very often, so I'm not exactly well versed uh in I don't exactly have much experience with telling women no, or just telling people no in general. I could just pull out the excuse of, oh, I have a girlfriend, which is not true, but you know she was just like, what's your, she didn't ask, can I get your number, she just said, what's your number? And so that's why I was just like, if she had asked, can I get your number, I would have said like no or something, but it was very, 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 very awkward. So yeah. And then my buddy tried being like, hey, yeah, it's his birthday, so like, just like he was trying to freaking, I don't know. It was crazy. Yeah, well, this was also a woman who was very much drunk. So honestly, I don't care for like if they're drunk, I absolutely refuse to like entertain the idea of them hitting on me just because you're drunk, you're not in the right frame of mind to be making smart decisions anyways. So um I don't entertain it. Sometimes I'll have some funny moments and kind of entertain it a little bit, but no. I don't have time. And plus we were trying to leave and they wanted us to walk them to their cars and we were going to walk them to their cars because it's in downtown and downtown is sketch. So, oh, we don't have music. That's what I'm missing. I knew I was missing something. But yeah, we were gonna walk them to their cars to be nice and be gentlemen, but uh once we realized they were hitting on us, we were like, maybe not. And then we go to the parking garage and we're walking upstairs and they see us as they're getting in their car, and so they walked over and they kept talking to us, and yeah, it was incredibly awkward. Never again. Don't That's not the first time that's happened, so I just need to start just saying sorry, I have a girlfriend. Not even sorry, just I have a girlfriend. Even though I don't. But that's the easiest way to shoot down somebody. Yeah. We're going to listen to NCS Top 100. So I'm in the mood for some NCS.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust.
And actually, we're gonna listen to this song first because for some reason it's stuck in my head.
Silent nights recalling you, a souvenir of what it could be.
Exactly.
Pieces of my mind are yours. I forgot the parts I'm missing.
Well, that's exactly why I was just like, yeah, I wouldn't say sorry. It would just be, I have a girlfriend, and just turn it down. I need to turn on. Where is the settings for the camera? Is it safe areas? It is. No, it's not safe areas. Am I crazy? Composition guides, diagonal. There we go. There we go. Now I can do this properly. Well, this isn't good. The zeroed position of this. How young are we today? Take a guess. am I crazy? The camera's centered. No, I'm not 24. Yeah, I'm 22. Okay, Sonny, you can't cheat. Sonny has insider trading knowledge, so it's not fair. There we go. That's what was wrong. I really hope it's not messed up for the rest of the project. That's unfortunate. I'm not 19. What do you mean so young? My back's already started to ache and crack every single second that I move. You're not old, Van. You're what, 26? If I remember correctly. "27 ain't even," but one of the guys I was hanging out with at the bar last night is 28, and he's not even old. So you're not old, Van. Alright, this is not gonna autoplay NCS, so in order to be stream safe, I'm just gonna go to the other playlist. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this imported in engine. This is gonna take quite a bit of work. This is gonna be interesting. I didn't select the right settings, gosh darn it. Yeah, it's apparently, apparently the camera bone rotation was facing just slightly off center, and I never knew that. And that is why I need to constantly have the composition lines on the camera. Because I really hope that the entire animation isn't messed up like that. If so, I'm gonna have to go export and re-import everything. I don't have to. If nobody notices it, it's not a big deal. But I'm a perfectionist when it comes to stuff like that, so I will definitely have to export and re-import everything. But now if we go to Unreal, and we go animations, player, not assassinations, first person, assault rifle, aiming offsets. And then we import. Files, animations, player, first person, assault rifle, view. Let's go 1000 to 1001. That should work. I'm hoping. That do be looking like the assault rifle ADS pose that I did. Cool. All right. Now we come into blueprint, not blueprints, data, weapons, assault. Oh, I haven't heard this song in a minute. Hey, thank you, Mr. Lonely. Appreciate you. We'll set the assault rifle zoom to 1 point. What do you mean? Okay. Give me 2 seconds. No, I'll just go to this. Be right back screen. I'm still here. I just freaking perforce. I haven't figured out the right settings for it, and I don't want y'all to see my perforce settings. How does it feel to be 52? Brother, that's crazy. Feels good, honestly. 52 is a pretty good age to be. There we go. All right, we back. You're not 52, Van. Stop it. I don't want to hear no more of this 52 bullcrap from you. All right. Or this you being old. No, you're not. Stop it. Do I have to go compile the base data asset? You're over halfway? Do you not expect to live over 50? That's crazy. Where's my zoom code? It's like right here? Nope. Right there. There it is. I don't even... Where am I doing this code? What are you doing, Mr. Benny Boy? Wow, so much of this ADS code is like extremely temporary. %. You see, if you look at your life like you're downloading a video game, 26% is still enough time to go up, grab a drink, make some food. Like you've got plenty of time. Don't make it worse, Mr. Lonely. Come on, we're trying to comfort him, all right? There's less to download? Yeah, no. That's not how it works. As you become more conscious, there's more to download. So your days end up feeling longer and longer and longer, and it just drones on and on and on. What? I did not know you could do that. Huh. Why is it so hard to get the music balanced properly? No, I don't. I'll let you in on a little secret. I have 7 siblings, and I don't have any nephews or nieces. So, yeah. All right, let's see if this works. Forgot I set up a new source control that I'm hosting locally, so yeah, we do both know why that is. We're not going to talk about it though. Everyone's banking on me to be the first person in our family to all right, so the pistol still works. Goodness gracious, I forgot how great this game feels. Oh my goodness, it always amazes me when I like don't touch this game for a decent bit and then I come back into it. It's actually very good that I take breaks, because when I come back into it, I'm always just like blown away by how pretty good it feels, and like how I'm just like how I just forget that I've actually like done some really good work on this. And then it also helps to, oh yeah, look at that. W. But it also helps me to kind of get a fresh perspective on things, because I'll come back to it and forget that, yeah, I forgot that this thing didn't quite feel right or something, and so it helps give me a fresh perspective to kind of take a break for a week or something and come back to it. I mean, what am I saying? It feels perfect. It feels great. Nothing feels wrong. Yes, sir. I didn't know what to stick on the background, and I was kind of in the mood for some NCS, so I was just like, you know what, we'll throw some NCS in the background. Stream safe, and in my opinion, some banger music. So it's just the top 100. So we'll see. I'm slowly creating my own NCS playlist of the songs that I like. So I'll probably just end up using that playlist for stream. But all right, this is working. Now we needs to. I don't want to set this up yet. This is gonna be tedious to set up. Let me see. Player, first person, pistol, ADS. I haven't heard this song in ages. Do I not have an ADS poses? Oh, I don't. Dang, why is it so big? In order for this to work for the pistol, let's see. I never set up my animation blueprint to work properly for ADS, so where would ADS be? Probably in walking? No. Oh, this is ADS right here. This is all ADS right here. Okay. We are going to do this. I don't want to. Dude, I hate this. Alright. Just like we did the other day where or maybe you guys weren't here. I don't know if I streamed that. But I made all these animation layers that do some fancy code for making importing weapon animations a lot easier. I'm going to have to do the same thing for ADS. So we're going to duplicate this and we're going to call this standing or ADS underscore standing offset. And we're going to have to come into my animation data and animation offsets. No. First person. Yeah. Walking. I see how I did this. All right, we're good. We got this. So we're going to create a new anim offset and call this ADS standing. I kind of need to do a revamp on how I do my structures and my like layouts on everything. Honestly, this should just work. And then now if we drag ADS standing offset in here, and we plug that into here, I'm just realizing how much I never fleshed out my ADS system. I'm gonna have to come. That's gonna have to be a completely separate dev stream. Is just fleshing it out and doing all the animations for both the pistol and assault rifle. Because this is the whole chunk for normal standing, and then this is the small, teeny tiny chunk, which actually is going to get collapsed down into just like 3 nodes because of this. This is equal to like this entire thing, I think, give or take. We are going to do a very basic update to this just to get the system working, see, and allow me to we're going to call this ADS idle. We're going to drag this upwards right underneath. Yeah. All right. That'll work. Fuel. So then now if we do this, we copy and paste this and we set this to be weapon animations ADS idle. We plug that bad boy in there. And then we compile. Then we come to data asset pistol. Weapon animation, not weapon. First person animation data. Pistol ADS. Base pose. Now in theory it's gonna break. It's gonna probably crash. I probably should not do this. Because it's gonna crash. Yeah. I called it. I just for some reason didn't believe that it would actually crash. Yeah, we want to open all the assets. So we are going to come to layer first person pistol ADS. This is a classic. Alright, where's ADS? That's breathing, walking, shoot, start, jump, start, land, ready, and equip. Reload. ADS right here. I also currently can't see chat, so if you guys are saying stuff, give me a couple seconds to figure this stuff out. And then just look down and then look up. Dang, it's been a minute since I did these animations, huh? I guess the pistol was the first thing I implemented, so. Then we have walk left next, then walk right, and then walk forwards, and then walk backwards. Cool. All right. That should work. So now we just need to export just the arms, and we want 870 to 878. Perfect. Export. Blender hates me. I don't think Blender likes me having two copies open. And it might be broken now, and I might not be able to export. Last time this happened, I had to completely restart my PC. No? Okay, interesting. Animations player, first person, pistol anims. Yeah. All right, cool. Those should be exported. It was 870 to 878, if I remember correctly. So let's import. Let's do it in here. Is 870, 878. Import that, and let's call this pistol underscore ADS underscore standing. All right. And then we need to create a pose asset. And here's where we do idle, standing look left. I think that's how this goes. Standing look right, standing look down, standing, oh, standing look up. I think that's how this works. And then we go pose asset underscore FP for first person underscore pistol ADS underscore standing offset. And then we go additive and we go idle, convert to additive, bada bing, bada boom. All right, save. Now if we browse to that and we come into the pistol and we come into animation data, we come to ADS standing, pop that in there. Oh. Tweaking. Create asset, current pose. We want to put this into the same folder. Animations, player, first person, pistol, aiming offsets, and we're going to call this cool. And then this will now be our idle to the pose. Now if you come back into the animation blueprint, we can instead swap this out, the weapon animations, ADS standing idle. And in theory, I'm gonna check. In theory, ladies and gentlemen, it should not crash when I ADS. Let's see. Well, if I didn't ADS on the assault rifle, it wouldn't have crashed. I meant to ADS on the pistol. I just right-clicked to click into the editor and it did a big dum-dum. All right, let's try this again. Once Unreal decides it wants to load all the assets. And just to be safe, I am going to go just throw in the pistol ADS offsets into the assault rifle just in case I accidentally do it. That should stop it from crashing. And it works. Let's go. Yeah, alright, so that's still broken. Let's set that up now. So now we can come into assault rifle and then aiming offsets. This one we need to rename. Cool. Let's re-import it with the dialogue, and we're going to go from 1000 to... Let's open up the assault rifle. Should be 1008, I believe, because it should be 9 frames total. But we still need the animation anyways, because we're going to be editing it. But yes, 1008. 1008. Import. Save. And then let's create the pose asset. And let's do the exact same thing we did for the pistol. Idle, standing, look left. Let's just copy this to make it slightly faster. Right. Up. Down. All right. EA underscore FP underscore assault rifle underscore ADS underscore standing offset. And let's save. Save. Additive, idle, convert, and save. Cool. So now we should be able to take that into here. And then if we do this and we do create animation, current pose, animations, player, first person, assault rifle, aiming offsets, O underscore FP underscore assault rifle underscore ADS idle. Yes. My go-to drink, I don't drink. I am a designated driver of our friend group. So, and I just don't see a purpose for drinking. I'm sure someday I will, but at this current moment in time, I have no intention to drink. I'll probably try a few drinks just to, you know, just to see, and just, you know, because it is kind of weird to, like, you know, go out to the bar and have people be like, oh, you know, this drink tastes so good, and they're always, you know, they're talking about the different drinks, and I have absolutely no idea, no reference. I can't join that conversation because I don't, you know, like, I don't drink, so I can't really, like, participate in those kind of conversations. Okay, that is massive. I have nothing against drinking. I just don't see a need for me to do it. And like I said, I'm a designated driver, so I'm kind of just there to make sure everyone gets home safe and sound. And we go to a dancing bar, so I go out to dance, not drink. So exactly, like, and that's also the thing, is like, it's the same thing with drugs, like both drinking and drugs. Sure, I see the want and the need, or not the need, but I see the want and the hype behind it. I just don't personally see a want, or I don't personally have the want to do it right now. So but also, again, main reason is, you know, I think there should always be at least a single sober person in every friend group, so I kind of make it my duty to be that person. I mean, a lot of the people in our friend group don't drink most nights, or they only have like 1 or 2 drinks, so it's like, you know, it's not crazy. All right, let's see what this looks like. That looks the exact same. Nothing changed. What is going on? You don't know the half of it. There's some lore that's going on right now with this one woman who I like. It's a long story. You know, that's probably the smart decision. It's not so much red flags. It's yes, I know. It's not so much red flags as it's, I mean, I guess you could consider that a red flag. She's very, I don't want to say too much because I don't know who's watching the stream, because I post on my like Instagram story with all my friends telling them that I'm streaming, so I don't know who's all watching, so I'm gonna keep it very vague. It's very much a push and pull. Sometimes she seems like she's like, you know, maybe likes me, and then she says and does things that say that she doesn't. She literally has said directly before that she doesn't like me, but then she does things that she says it's all jokes, but behind every, you know, joke there's some truth. Like that's kind of my ideology with a lot of things is, you know, behind every joke that there is some truth to it. Like, you know, you look at your best friend and you're like, hey man, your unibrow is really distracting from your face. Like, obviously you're saying it as a joke. You don't, obviously it's not that distracting. But if he does have a unibrow, that is like, there is some truth to that joke, obviously. But obviously you don't care. You're just making it as a joke because you're, you know, like you're trying to, you know, make a joke with your buddy. And so it's like, that's kind of my thing, is like, to every joke there is some truth. So she does some things that seem like a joke and then they're not, or like I kind of like look, I overthink it. That's the answer. Yeah, you know, like I said, that would be the smart thing to do. But she's beautiful. I think she's very attractive. And it's something that if I were to tell you guys the full details, it would definitely have to be off stream. I'm not airing that live. There's a lot of stuff. It runs very deep. I would not tell it, like I would be fine with telling both you and Sunny off stream. I'm not airing that stuff on stream. Oh, that's why. Wait a minute. Can I do something smart? What do you mean career-ending footage? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my goodness. That's how this is gonna be, Unreal? Alright. Screw you then. Yeah, no. Long story short, I won't be seeing her, and I probably won't ever see her again in like 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm not even worried about it. Basically the long story short is, yeah, no, I'm not going to pursue her. So it's not that I'm not taking your advice, it's just I'm not taking your advice because she's gonna be gone in like 3 weeks. So it is what it is. Don't tell me Unreal Crash trying to import a 1-frame animation. Okay, it didn't. Good. Yeah, what kind of issues? Because the bake range is invalid. Fine, we'll go 1001. That's 10,001. Alright. This Unreal's pissing me off. Alright, make this easier. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to skip this. That's what's making this import complicated. So, huh. You see, that's not... Yeah, it's not even using the right animation. That's what I thought. Probably because this is supposed to be in there. There we go. I don't like that. Why don't I like that? Well, first off, now we need an ADS animation for the reticle. Let's go do that. ADS. Now we have render opacity and transform. Let's add a scale. Let's do this over... How long do I do it in the pistol? The pistol feels really good. 0.1. Dang, that's quick. Alright. And let's just do a very basic one, setting everything to 0. We're not going to go to 0, we're just going to go to like 0.5. I think going to 0 is just too flashy. Yeah, I like that. And for some little added bonus, we can add some actual reticle animation. So if we go brush material, that won't work if we're shooting. Never mind. Forget that. This will work for now. Event start ADS and event stop ADS. Alright, in theory, we should have... Look at that. Looks so great. Looks phantasmic. We'll have to fix the actual ADS reticle on the gun, but that's... We'll get there, we'll get there. I also still have to go make my cake, so... Not that I have to, I got the supplies. I would like to make my... or cupcakes. Alright, cool. We have the assault rifle reticle working. We just need to get this base pose. I don't... I Materials, weapons, ADS reticles, assault rifle. Where's the scale? Inner scale? Nope. Outer scale. Yeah. Oh. Oh. That's very interesting. Let me change this to be lamp instead of wrap. Now we don't see all that. All right, outer scale. Let me drag this onto my right screen. After Unreal decides it wants to not freeze while saving. I think I need to do a full PC restart. I've been going through like all my clips on my computer and it's crazy. I've probably got upwards of like 1.5 to 2 terabytes of gaming clips. It's like, it's actually insane. Honestly, I don't hate that size. It's a little small. But let's go like 0.6. And then the inner scale needs to be like 12. 10. 11. I think the reason why I don't like this is because... Let's go in Blender. Like... Oh, it's control space. I think the issue is that I don't want to see the stock, but since we're lowering the FOV to get a nice, like... You want to remove most of the perspective when you're ADSing, because... it just feels better. Trust me. So it's, in order to remove the perspective, you have to lower the FOV of the camera. And I have a separate FOV for the weapon and the actual camera in the world. The camera in the world's FOV is always stays the same for gameplay reasons, but for the gun it changes. But the lower we make the FOV, the more of the stock you're gonna see. And I think that's what looks weird. So like we instead search like Halo in, oh no, because Halo Infinite doesn't actually have ADS. Let's go Call of Duty ADS. I don't know. See what Call of Duty has for holographic sights when you're aiming down. I want it to be on like a decent gun. Hey, thank you, Crut P Glazed. I almost called you Crupt Glazed. Thank you. See, this is what Call of Duty does. I don't want it to be this big on screen. If we go to this COD. What is this? Modern Warfare. This is not 2019. This is recent. This is like the current COD. Yeah. No, this isn't. Well, yeah, you're right. Modern Warfare 3. Yeah. For some reason I was like, Modern Warfare 3 isn't even out yet. No, you're right. It is Modern Warfare 3. But like you can see the charging bolt, which if you look at the gun, the charging bolt's like right there. And you can start to see the stock a little, but like the stock doesn't take up a lot of the camera. So I don't know if there's something I need to play with, like the clipping plane of the camera and maybe like clip out the stock, or if I just need to, mess around more with it, because like, yeah, you can see the stock right there. Yeah, they probably do. Would not doubt that at all. The issue is, though, if I lower the FOV of the camera anymore, yeah, you can see that we lose the stock, but now the reticle, the ADS thing is just massive on our screens. And I don't like that. And so in order to fix that, what you end up having to do is dragging the gun outwards, but then as you drag the gun outwards, you just see the stock again. So I'm thinking, let's see, we had it at 35. I'm thinking base FOV is 78. What if we go in kind of a middle ground and do like 50? And then pull that inwards. I think we're going to get more parallax, but I think that that'll feel better. And then let's just grab these arms. We'll see how that feels. I mean, I kind of like the way that looks in the preview, but the issue is it's always hard to see in the preview what it'll actually feel like in game, and that's why I do this. I don't just animate everything. I always, like, that is one of my tips for like animating first person stuff. Third person, you can get away with just, okay, it looks good in Blender, we'll just stick with that. But for first person, it could look good in the viewport, but it might just feel really bad to play with. So always put it in editor and run around with it. Even just the base idle pose. The base idle pose will tell you so much about how it's going to feel. Because even if it looks good, it might feel bad to aim with. And people will complain. Like in old Onyx, the DMR, everyone hated it. Even though it's one of the most like powerful weapons in the game. It's a 4-shot to the head, 5-shot to the body. It kills incredibly fast if you hit all 5 shots or all 4 shots. But people just didn't use it because they didn't like the way it aimed. Even though it's got the same aiming and everything as all the other guns. But because the first-person view model was just slightly off, people just could not aim with it. So that's like... yeah, I don't hate that. I think that feels a lot better. I need to close this because that'll give me my frames back. There we go. Definitely gonna have to mess around with the actual ADS reticle a bit. But what do you guys think? Honestly, I think that feels good to me. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to tell how it feels from the video, but like, just from watching, what do you guys think? I'll have to change some of the recoil settings when ADS'd. Oh, forgot you can reload while ADS'd. Whoops. I need to get bullet holes back in. There's so many... Like, look at my checklist, ladies and gentlemen. There's so many things. So I've got today's job, which this is what we're working on right now. Today's job is kind of like the new priorities list, even though I literally have a priorities list. And then there's just the feedback sizes. But like this is the stuff that, oh, why do I have this in here twice? Whoops. What do you mean no visual recoil? Like the camera going upwards, like you're saying that, like the camera moving upwards when shooting? Because if that's the case, no, there will still be that visual recoil. I can't wait to get these grenades working. We were talking, so there's an idea I have to update the grenade system, and it would kind of be more in line with like the weapons pan up, yes, that's fine, but the scope only moving and the bullets going straight still is a no-no. With the way, if I'm understanding you properly, the way I'm going to go about, and this is probably something we'll end up doing on the stream, at least I want to, is for the shoot animation, the reticle will stay perfectly centered. The reticle will not move on screen. If that's what you mean. Like with Call of Duty, the reticle kind of bounces around. You kind of have to adjust your aim to adjust for it. No, the reticle will stay centered. I'm not going to move the reticle at all because that makes aiming just way more complicated. And then the guns, and that's the thing between my game and like Call of Duty, and that's the reason why Call of Duty makes that visual recoil and makes the reticle move around on your screen, is that they make it to where the gun shoots basically exactly where your reticle is. It's 100% accurate. With Onyx, ADSing doesn't change the way your gun shoots. Exactly. It's just the actual recoil of the gun. So ADSing doesn't make your spread any better or any worse. ADSing just allows you to be more accurate with your reticle placement. Yeah, that's one of the things on the pistol too, which is why I think the pistol ADS kind of feels weird. Is like, yeah, you can see the slide move on the pistol, but first off, you notice that this is not parented to the slide, so when it shoots, the actual scope plane stays perfectly still. And then yeah, there will be some animations. Like if we go to ya boys we go to your boy's channel and we go to this one.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, shut up. My goodness. Hello, frames? Why is my computer freaking out? Assault rifle redesign. Here we go. So, I actually really love the way this assault rifle felt. I'm trying to mimic it because this was the first gun that I ever did like legitimate animations on in Gen 2. Oh yeah, there's the DMR. But like, you know, everyone loved the way this felt. So, huh? My internet freaking out. Yeah, you see how, oh, I'm pressing the wrong keys. I'm so used to my other application. Like you see when it shoots, you know, the gun does kick back. It kind of rolls a little bit to give you just some motion on screen. But like, it's kind of hard to see in this. But essentially, the way I have it is because my reticles are parallaxed. You'll see it when we start doing the other animations, but the center dot will always stay perfectly 100% center. But the little, like, the 4, like, arcs around it, the outside of the reticle, if you will, those will move with the gun, and those will kind of create some nice parallax and whatnot. And once we get more, like, designed ADS reticles, there'll be different depths of ADS, so as the gun moves around, as you, like, walk, like, you can kind of see... You can't see it, never mind. Because I disabled it. When we get to it, you'll see that, like, on the pistol, the gun moves around, but the reticle stays exactly the same. Yeah, no. That's not how it's gonna work. I'm right there with you, Van. I hate that in games. And again, one of the biggest reasons about why I'm making this game is because it's my ideal game. So it's like, there's some features in there that I'm like, okay, I'm not happy with that, but for gameplay reasons, I understand why it needs to be added. But like, yeah, it'll always be just visual. The reticle, the dot will always be in the center. Your bullets will always have a consistent spread. Nothing will change. It'll just, I always hated in games how you hip fire and the bullets go everywhere, and then you ADS and now your bullets are pinpoint accurate for some reason. Like, how does that make sense? So yeah, it's one of my biggest gripes about gaming. So I will instead be doing it this way. Like, and you can see it too. Like, if I were to disable recoil, which I'm not going to, if I were to disable recoil, you can kind of see that my bullets have a spread at this distance. Because while the assault rifle is a medium range, I would consider this medium range. Like, you can see the bullets aren't going perfectly towards the center of the reticle. They do have some spread to them, which I feel helps to... Now the pistol does have basically 100%. It's very, very low spread on the pistol. But at a distance, because of the recoil of the pistol, you kind of have to space your shots out. You can't just spam it, because otherwise you're going to miss 90% of them. So, hey, might be a goated AR model, but let me tell you, the concept that we started off of, goated concept. Couldn't have done it without that. Some random dude designed that, and it was all right. So we just went with it. We rolled with it. It was the best we could get. Yeah, but not bloom in the sense that the bloom dynamically changes with the gun shooting. I also hate dynamic bloom. I hate that in Halo Infinite. I hate that in Halo Reach. I hate that everywhere. My philosophy for Onyx is just the gun will always, and I mean always, be the same spread. No matter if you're flying through the air at Mach 20, or if you're standing still, or if you're spraying. It's just a consistent spread. It makes it easier to balance weapons instead of having to balance the minimum spread, the maximum spread, how long it takes to get from minimum to maximum. It's just easier just to have one spread. So, yeah, boy. All right, now that we have I say a pretty good ADS pose, now we can actually start working on the offsets to make it feel more alive. It's alive. So looking left, we actually want the gun to go right. Not by much. Before I do that, I actually need to come to the material texture. You know, if they can't figure that out on their own. Yeah. And I understand for snipers the reason why they do, like, hip fire has a big spread, because yeah, it's kind of OP to be able to just cross map somebody hip firing a sniper. Like, you want people to ADS with a sniper. But at the same time, okay, I'm gonna have to come find this on my own. Files, bitmaps. Oh. Huh. Huh. I forgot about this. This is what that was supposed to be. Communism. Hours. And then I did it with Onyx on accident. Don't worry about it. This is what I need. XDB5 whatever. Yeah, there we go. No, Mr. Lonely, it's not procedural. So what it is I have one frame animations. That way I can like personalize it. XDD, that was the name of the texture for the it was XD5BT7LC. It's just a kind of UV texture that gives me some texture on the scope. So in Blender, like I have this on my other screen so I can see the ADS. You know, Mr. Lonely, I was going to do a procedural, and actually in old Onyx, in Gen 1, maybe Gen 2. Not Gen 2, no. In Gen 1, it was completely procedural. However, you can just get more character like this, and again, with the way I have it set up, once I, like, y'all will see, once I get all these, once I import it, super seamless, super smooth. It allows me to get more personality in there, because, like, what I like doing is for looking... Like you guys can see it up here. Let me do this. That way you guys can also see the fancy texture I see. We'll make this bigger for you guys. I should probably just do this as my actual animation setup so I don't need it on the other screen, but whatever. Like if I'm offsetting this to left for looking left, let's remember this number, negative 0.002. Yeah. What I can also do now is I can rotate it around the bone and give it some slight rotation, maybe like 1 degree of rotation. So now when you're looking left, we're gonna undo that rotation because apparently, yeah. Now I can do it. -1. Now you can see, like, when we look left, I can kind of tilt the gun. What's up, Randy? How's it going? I'm not old. Van seems to think he's old. But, like, I can tilt the gun. I can kind of do a lot more, like... The issue that I have with procedural animation is you just end up having a long list of variables of, like, you know... Oh, you offset the gun. Okay, how many units in the world do you want to offset it? That's one variable. Then you have the offset of left, right, up, down, or maybe you just have, you know, X and Y if you just want it to be identical. And then, like in this case, if I were to add, you're not pushing 30, stop it. This way does tend to get sort of tedious, but if this tends to be too much, then I can always just come in here and edit the 2 animations, and it's just, I don't know. I prefer this method. All right, let's try these poses. See how these feel. All right, let me catch up on chat. Jeez, you guys are chatting. What do you mean you can't look at this anymore? I'm sorry, I want my game to be to have the right offsets and feel good. It better not take you out. You better not die before I can release Onyx. All right, that should work. So now if we come to ADS standing offset and click update source, that should work. So now if we go to the animation blueprint and we plug this back in, we should have offsets working. Nah, Van, you gotta stay around for at least another 8. It's gonna take me another 2 to 3 just to get multiplayer and Atlas released. And then after that, if the game works and it blows up, like I, really hope it does, then there might be a campaign. Exactly. You might get to see the alpha at 3 years. Actually, that would be beta. We already had the alpha. The alpha was Gen 2. So alpha's already done and over with. Or no, that was technically pre-alpha. I guess this version for Christmas is going to be the alpha. Yeah, see, look at this. You see how now when I look around, the reticle kind of dynamically shifts. I'm gonna go over here. Like, look at that. 7 years, I can probably make that work. Honestly, though, it'd be sooner if this game blows up and I can make a living off of this, then I can quit work and I can work on this 24/7. Like, that's why Gen 2 had so much content, was because I was working at, I didn't have a job. I was just doing this literally all day, every day. So I was just able to crank like 8 to 10 hours a day on this thing. Now I barely get enough time to do 2 to 3 hours every day. So it's like the progress has significantly gone down. But look at that. Look at that nice parallax. And then if I move left and right now. Huh. Well, that's not the right direction. Left is going the right way. See, look at this, Mr. Lonely. Ready? Oh, it's not moving the right direction. All right, that's crazy. We just come over here to ADS move right. And we, negative 0.02. And we RYY. I think it was 2.5. Yeah. And then we save. Export this. Go back to Unreal. Re-import. And then update source. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Moving right and left, working as intended now. Oh, I missed that. Yes, sir. Start spreading the word. Start getting everybody and your mamas to watch the devlogs. So what I really need is, I think I'm at like what, 888 subs, 878. Once I get to 1,000, and so YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours to start getting ads and start getting AdSense and stuff like that. Now, obviously, AdSense is not going to pay my bills, but AdSense plus Patreon, I need to refactor my Patreon, but AdSense plus Patreon could at least let me go part-time at work. If I went part-time at work, I could get so much more work done. But I'm not moving the center dot, and this is something we were literally talking about like 5 to 10 minutes before you joined. It's purely because one of the biggest things I have an issue with in gaming, and Van does too, and I'm sure plenty of other people, is like Call of Duty. Actually, we can probably find a good video of this. Let's go Call of Duty Warzone Red Dot gameplay. I don't want shorts. I don't want shorts. Just show me actual gaming. I don't want Black Ops 7 either. How hard is it to find gameplay? Why is there Halo? I guess I'm gonna have to do shorts. Can you still go frame by frame in short? You can't go frame by frame in shorts. All right, so if you look at his reticle up here, or I guess like you can see the reticle visually move, and the issue is because of that, it makes the player feel like here it is. It makes the player feel like they're constantly having to, like, you know, if you're shooting, it makes it feel like you constantly have to be like readjusting your aim. And I hate that. I just personally think that it should just be just visual recoil, or like not visual, but like basically just camera recoil that moves the camera upwards. I just absolutely despise games where the center dot moves and now you also have to move your aim. Now you're having to battle recoil and visual recoil, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. Like, you're having to battle both of those things, and it just makes long range gunfights just feel not really skill based. Because if your gun is moving randomly up and down and left and right for recoil, and your reticle itself is also moving randomly left and right for recoil, it's too much to try and battle for casual players. And I'm trying to build this game to be casual first and foremost. So I just think that it's a nice sense of, you know, you get good parallax, the reticles move around, it doesn't you always have a point of reference for where you're aiming. There's a lot of other things that kind of go into it. I love this physics. I cannot wait to see all the clips of people... Oh. I cannot wait to see all the clips of people playing like King of the Hill and seeing like the entire enemy team, you know, seeing the entire enemy team in a hill, and you're just like standing above the map and you just go like boom, and you just smack it down and everyone goes flying out of the hill and like all their shields are broken. Like that is kind of why the shockwave is built the way it is right now. Is, you know, it's fun, but like it's stronger the higher you are. So like the more vertical maps, you're gonna be able to do some real damage with it, and that's why the more vertical maps will probably have the shockwave on it. The more horizontal maps might still have it, because it's still a double jump. You can still just double jump with it, but the shockwave, you know, its secondary ability, which a lot of people use as its main ability now. And that's one of the updates for it, is we'll actually be drawing a like big old red circle on the ground, kind of like any of y'all play Marvel Rivals, the way Bucky or the Winter Soldier, it shows a circle of his affected radius. So we'll show the radius of it. That way you can actually see like, oh shoot, you know, if you activate a double jump from down here, it has a really small radius. But then you activate it from super high up, and it'll get a bigger and bigger radius. Hey, I am a Bucky main. I didn't used to be, but I am. I toggle between Bucky and Venom, but I also haven't played that game in months. Well, we got the nice parallax. I'm pretty happy with it. Hey, breaking the game when done in the right way is incredibly... Yeah, shut up. Get out of here, stupid errors. Breaking the game in the right way is very, very helpful. I actually very much appreciate the people who break the game I had some testers in Gen 2 who they would just randomly throughout the day just send me like 20 videos of like, oh, this thing, actually we found this really random glitch where if you mantled in this one specific like spot, you could just mantle infinitely, but you would never go anywhere. And it's like, damn, you know, they spent the time to go in there and seek out bugs, and that's exactly what I look for testers. Oh, start Gen 4? Hey, don't tempt me with the good time. Absolutely not. I will not be restarting this. Ugh, good lord, I would hate to do that. All right, you know what? Let's go to... Let's do this. And we're going to call this ADS shoot start. So... What do you mean, bruh? I don't much care for this song. Why does what look like what? Why does it have all these colors on it? All right, let's see how long the normal shoot animation is. What the? Do I not have the shooting animation in here? Oh, shoot. So it goes from 450 to 464. So 14 frames is what I have to work with. And because of the way my animation system is, I actually kind of have to mirror this perfectly. So 5 frames is when it fully comes back, and that's when it starts going forward. All right, so 5 frames is when it's fully back. And then 14 frames, so... let's start at 1080. And then the end would be 1080 plus 14. Cool. Now we go 5 frames in. We go backwards. And then we want to add some roll on it. Maybe bring it. Oof, that does not look good. What do you mean? Like the actual gun recoiling, kind of like this, or are you talking about like the reticle moving around? Or what exactly are you talking about? Yeah, well that's the thing is I'm not doing that. Like this animation is just a shooting animation. So this is just the animation to actually give some motion on screen when you shoot. But I'm not going to be doing visual recoil. The reticle will stay centered. The gun and I don't like this song. So yeah, the gun will just, the reticle will stay centered. What is the fire rate of this rifle? I think it's 10. So if I play this at 1090, no, 1086 because it's 60 frames. But also doing this shoot animation, I understand doing a lot of things procedurally. I just feel like spending the time to create an animation for certain things is worth more, or like the time it takes to do it procedurally, setting up the system. There's so many ways you can do the system, whereas with animation I can just see exactly how it looks. Yeah, again, kind of like what I was telling Mr. Lonely earlier, is like same thing with, I know I can do the weapon offsets completely additively with code instead of animations, but just simply because of a lot of my systems, again, I know I could do this in code. I would have to set up the IK for it. That way the reticle, because the reticle is a thing in the world. But if I do in the animation, this IK is already set up. Like, if I drag this gun around, you can see that it's always pointing towards this target right here. So, it's always pointing towards that. The gun is always pointing towards the center of the screen. That's one of my philosophies, is that for other than specific animations, the gun will always be pointed towards the center of the screen, and that helps subconsciously with aiming. Something I never really knew until Gen 2, and I started working on that. But I think there's a little too much rotation on this. Like, it's just with animations, you can just get so much more character in animations than you can with like doing it procedurally. Like, doing it procedurally, you can do a curve and you can animate using like a curve and using the code, but at that point you're just making animation through code. Why not just animate it in Blender and use the curves in Blender? I'm not totally happy with this, but we'll see how this feels in engine. 1080 to 1094. Get out of here, Windows. I don't care. I don't know. I did procedural animation for a lot of stuff in Gen 1 Onyx. Maybe it's just because I sucked at coding back then, but I just could not find a good way to do it that felt and looked good. I don't know. I'm a huge stickler for doing things like not procedurally, at least animation wise. Golly, I need to clean up this code. Unreal, why do you do this to me? In theory, we should have ADS shooting now. Okay, what looks scary? Definitely too much recoil, or too much animation. Yeah, definitely too much movement. Yeah, well, I don't... Oh, one of my buddies told me about a trick. Edit preferences, input, key map. Here we go. Search by name. Solo? Nope. Irv? You know what? We're gonna chat GPT this. I'm not scrolling through this entire list. In Blender, there... What is the keybind for soloing a single curve in the curve graph? Shift H, is that right? Shift 8, Shift H. Ah, that is it. Okay, so I'd on... Here we go. Let's see if that worked. Hey, look at that. Now I can solo. And then if I Shift H, oh, it just hides everything. I guess Alt H would be to unhide everything. Now I can solo these curves. So, hee, glad my buddy told me about that. So now if I move this, why can't I move this anymore?
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now.
Oh, because I accidentally turned on snapping. Whoops. So now if I solo this, yeah, look at this curve. Now it changes. All right, cool. So now if we come to this curve and we select normalize, now we can just select all these keyframes and scale it down on the y-axis. What is this song? Skip. See, and that's the only reason why I use ChatGPT, is I just use it like a better search engine. Because it can, sometimes searching stuff for Blender especially is incredibly difficult to find any genuine answers. So I just go ChatGPT, help me, and then it does it for me, and it gives me step-by-step instructions. So yeah, where's the shoot? Re-import Blender. Yes sir. All right, in theory, yeah. Now I'm starting to think the movement one is a little extreme. Yeah, the movement now is a little extreme. Yeah, we'll have to find a time to talk about that. Yeah, no, shooting and moving moves the reticle a little too much, so. Well, good thing for us, we can just come into Blender, and if we come back to the timeline, was it Control Tab? Yeah, it's okay. It's Control Tab to swap. Actually, it's Dope Sheet. Yeah, Dope Sheet is what I want. It's pretty dope. So. You said move left. It's a little too much motion. Let's move this to the right by -0.001. Sure. Let's try that. File, export, FBX, there. Save. And then we come into aiming offsets, standing, re-import. We open up this and we update source. And those are now updated. Let me close all these tabs. I don't need all these tabs open. My frames, what the heck? There we go. Still a few tweaks, because I still think moving and shooting is a little extreme. I think that's just the gun kicking back. I think I just have the gun moving backwards too much, so when you're moving sideways, It just visually is a lot. Wow, I missed that. I'm so bad. But I'm happy to end with this. Oh, almost exactly 2 hours of streaming. I'm happy to end with this for SR Rifle ADS. We've got some of the basic systems set up. Obviously, we'll have to implement like custom crouch poses and stuff like that. Like if I switch to, if I switch back to the old code, you can see that when we ADS on the pistol, you know, it tilts. It cantilever, whatever the term is. It tilts when you crouch. And then like, you know, when you're sliding, it has a slightly different pose. Same thing with, you know, the actual standing. Like when you're standing, it's one way. When you're crouched, it's one way. When you're sliding, it's another way. But we need to do the same things. But now that we're building the system for normal ADS, we can do that another day. And that's where we'll probably end it for today. Now that we've got this basic setup, now we have a good ADS idle pose. We have good ADS offsets. We've got a great system in Blender for animating this stuff. So what we'll probably end up doing is next dev stream. I doubt it'll be tomorrow because since today's my birthday, I'm kind of staying up way later than I should. I do work tonight, so I should be going to bed in like 3 hours, but I'm going to my buddy's house because his mom wants me to come over and play Catan for some reason. She's addicted to that game. But I might need to tighten the spread on the AR a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, so what we'll do next stream is I might do it off stream, but I doubt it. I have other things I need to do off stream. But what we might do on stream next time is finish the assault rifle ADS poses. So kind of just do some tweaking of everything. Make sure that the movement, make sure that the parallax feels good on everything. What we might actually end up having to do, and we can actually test this right now to see if this feels better, is not having the assault rifle reticle be completely, like you see right now, if we aim this around, there's this dot in the distance right there. That is the center dot. But you can see that this reticle is perfectly mirrored to this. If we add some height offset to this reticle, then that gives it even more parallax. And that might feel better because then visually on screen it'll move less. And oh, look at that, you can actually see the parallax when it's on ADS. That's kind of cool. Let's go like -50, so that should be, I don't know what the units is. It should be 50 units in the distance, but I don't think that that's how that works. Yeah, so you still get some parallax, but then like walking around and shooting, it's less parallax. I like that. But we'll definitely have to mess around with that. We'll mess around with the textures. We'll get ADSing to... One of the big things is that I don't want you to be able to see the screen 100% of the time. I want this screen to be hidden by default, and when you ADS, you'll see it like animate inwards, and the reticles will have some nice fancy animations. So we'll kind of... I think we'll just do a full pass on ADS next stream. We'll kind of get all the base systems up and working. We'll reanimate the pistol ADSs to have the proper states and everything. We'll animate a pistol shoot. We'll do a whole bunch of work. see, look at this. Because we did that fancy code, if we start shooting with the assault rifle and then ADS, look at how that nicely, perfectly transitions into this shoot animation of the ADS shoot. So if we start shooting while ADS and then we come out of ADS, you see it. You see it also work perfectly. And so the reason why we do it that way is specifically for guns that have a long shoot animation, like the sniper rifle. We noticed that, like, if you shot the sniper rifle while ADS'd and then un-ADS'd, the gun would just be completely still and static, and it just felt really bad. It felt like cheap. And so doing it this way feels good because you can shoot, you see the gun, you still see the recoil no matter if you're in first person or if you're in ADS or not. So I'm fairly happy with this. We are going to test this probably in about 4 or 5 hours here. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see how that works. We'll see how we like it. But I'm happy. I'm happy with this result for today. Maybe dev stream Saturday morning. I'd say let's plan for that, but no guarantees. Depends on how tired I am after work. But let's plan for dev stream Saturday morning, a lot earlier than this morning. I'm really happy with this. This actually feels really good. All right, well, that's that. Yeah, we'll do a lot more work next time. We'll actually get ADS to start feeling a lot more proper, and right now, instead of its temporary state that it's in right now. So I will see you all next time then. Appreciate you all for coming in and the birthday wishes and everything. Yeah, I appreciate you all a ton. More than words can say. So appreciate you, Van. You the GOAT. I will have a blessed day. You also have a blessed day, all of you. So, appreciate you guys for joining, chatting, keeping me busy. And I will see you guys in the next one. So, see ya. Next stream, I think we're planning for... I was about to end the stream and then I saw your chat. Ew, why is my stream playing audio? Plan for Saturday morning because I want to get this ADS stuff working. Definitely not tomorrow morning because I'm not going to get enough sleep for work tonight, so I'm probably going to crash the second I get home from work tonight. Because I'm going to stay up because it's my birthday and I can do what I want. But yeah, we'll plan for Saturday morning to finish as much ADS things as we can. But no promises. So. Hell, I might even do a Friday afternoon stream because I'm off Friday night. So Friday night I might do something, but I doubt it. I'll probably just be gaming and I'll probably be going out with friends again. So actually, yeah, I did tell people I'd go out for an hour or two. So we'll see. I'll do some code in the background, nothing on ADS, because since we started the whole ADS thing today, I want to make sure that that's kind of what I do for the next couple streams. So I'll do some non-ADS code. I've got to, as y'all saw, I've got plenty of stuff on my list to do, and a lot of these have drop downs. Like, look at this. Look at all this stuff that I have to do. It's gonna be a while. But yes, sir. Alrighty. But that's it for stream today. So, I will talk to you all later. See ya.